All right, so just getting resettled here. What is it that you want to do today? I'd like to do some technical analysis. I'm kind of sick of talking about Greece, so on and so forth. But I thought we could do technicals, go through and maybe look for swing trades. How does that smell? Yeah, good. Well, nice to have you here. By the way, my name is Wayne McDonell. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. It's an ECN that allows Forex traders to trade their currencies, but also metals like gold and silver, oil, stock indices of all kinds, whether you like the Nikkei or the FTSE or the DAX or the Dow or the S&P 500 or the NASI or whatever you want. And then to add to all that wonderful treasure trove, to put icing on the cake, they also have binary options hooked into your MT4 account so that you could, what I like to do is scalp with binaries, but you can also hedge your cash positions using binary options. And that's really what options are for. That's why they were designed. Cool. Hey, yeah, Igor, I did see that, but remember my comment was this, and this is a discussion from a webinar yesterday. Pound dollar needed resistance a blind person could see, and then a reversal pattern. That's all I said. I didn't say you couldn't short it. I said you shouldn't short it until you got those things. And I think you were probably 12 hours early, if I remember correctly, right? Let me tell you, I don't want to be wrong for 12 hours. So anyways, good to you. Good. So anyways, like I said, my name's Wayne. I've been trading currencies for, I don't know, on and off for 14 years, but full-time for over 10. Very cool. So I'm here to share my experience. I'm here to learn. I don't have anything to sell you. That's it. One of my goals of these webinars is to help you over the course of the year make at least 1,000 more pips because you attended these events. How's it going toward that goal? Let me know if anyone's moving along. How many people are in the room? I don't think that many, right? I don't even have, I guess I can pull it up. 63? Yeah. So, oh, everyone's sending chats to the host. The host is like bing, 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 bing. I'm drinking my tea. I'm not supposed to do anything for another hour. All right, so how are you guys doing? I want to know. I think I've been doing these events, the regular Friday events. I think we've been doing this for about 3 months, I'm guessing. Non-farm payrolls I've been doing for over 9 years. But as far as your progress, very good. Yeah, well, okay, 1,500 on the Noki. Yeah, it's funny. You know, when we count pips, you know, like USD Mexican peso moves 1,000 pips a day. Another great one. What was it? It was Thai baht Turkish lira or something that you know moves like 10,000 pips a day. But you know. Yeah, so some of you guys are doing all right. Okay, good. Where, for those that are having a struggling period, in fact, you know what? My last couple of days have been frustrating. So, you know, it happens, right? But anyways, is anyone struggling and finding like a particular issue is holding them back from fabulous success? Let me ask it differently. What could I help? What could I do right now that could possibly help you? And then we'll go through the charts and stuff. But you know what? I do that. I do that 15 hours a day, every day. I'm always looking at charts, always reviewing things. So, I don't feel like there's an immediate pressure to just jump right in. Why don't we talk about where you're struggling, and I'll give you some feedback. All right. Here's a good one. How to get into the trade. Is that right, Oscar? All right. Let's break everything down to its raw form. Okay? Yeah, the confirmation. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Because very often what happens is you're using 9 different things because you're not sure which one to use. And all that kind of stuff, right? So let's just get rid of all of them. And then you'll figure it out over time as you get more experience. So what I'm suggesting is you start first and foremost. So this is what, Euro USD? Okay, good. First and foremost, you start with identifying your levels of support and resistance, like I constantly do. I'm constantly doing that. And you're really only allowed to trade off these levels, all right? Okay. So let me just update. Some of these are still the same. Some of these. Okay. You see how it just over and over and over again? Okay. So whatever your bias is, you trade in that direction. So if you're a bull, you want to sell it off the high ones. If you're if you're bull, you want to buy. Sorry, if you're a bull, you want to buy it off the low ones. So you're buying up. Or if you're a bear, you're selling off the tops. Okay. As long as you're in a trend. So right now, if you're a bear, you see lower low, lower high, lower low. So if you're a bear, you can only sell at lower highs. Okay? Okay, Johnny's got another good question. Let me do that one later, okay? Okay, good. So if you're a bear now, you need resistance. Now, you could trade off the pullbacks to psych levels, or you could trade off pullbacks to previous levels of support or resistance, okay? Okay, that's the general strategy now. Now, you're struggling on pulling the trigger, which is fine, but you have to have that. If you don't have that, forget about it. What you're trading is noise, and it's very much luck whether you make money or not. And your consistency can go away fairly quickly. Okay, fine. So that's that. That's the strategy. And then what you want to do is drill in closer. Now notice that even though this is backed out, this is a 5-minute chart. Isn't it nice? Don't you find it clear? Where you could see it was clearly going up for a while, then it pulled 100% back, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That's an old man easing into a hot bath, right? That's how Forex reverses. In my book, that's how I describe it. You don't get V-shaped reversals in Forex, so don't even try trading them. What we're looking for is price rolling over. Okay. Hang on a second. I'm getting my drawing tool going because I don't like the WebEx one. And it's super slow today. Yeah. Hopefully you can still hear me. We had problems last time, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, good. Drawing tool just super slow. Boy, maybe there's a conflict between WebEx and my drawing tool. Wouldn't that be weird? All right, well, let's try to do it without drawing tools. All right, so now what I think you should do, Oscar, is use nothing but price action to enter. That's your only trigger. Don't worry about anything else. Okay? And then what we'll do over, let's say, 6 months of you doing this, fold in something else that you observe, helps you get in more precisely. But you'll notice that through observation, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, hang on. Now I have to pause my drawing tool, because apparently it's been recording. But maybe it'll allow me to draw here. Oh, good, now it might. All right, so here's what price action is, guys. Lower low, lower high. Now, this is a 5-minute 21. You could sell it. Lower low, lower high. You could sell that. Lower low, lower high, right? Now you got to wait. Lower low, okay? Now you have to let it come back to the previous support. Lower high, so it still did it. Lower low, no, maybe not a lower low. And consolidation, right? Consolidate, 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 consolidate. All right. So let me try changing colors if my drawing tool will allow. Oh, good, it will. All right. So what's your trade plan? Well, let's say you want to sell off this high again. So we're going to need some sort of New York open, brings us up, some volatility maybe on the equity open, and then we roll it over around 10:30. Okay, here's what we want. Price eventually works its way up here. So let me just kind of fake something here. Okay, now we're at this zone. Now you're ready to pounce like a tiger cat, right? Because you've been waiting in ambush this whole time. So here's what I want you to do. Wait for a respect. Okay? And that means I want you to feel like everyone else clearly saw that same level. And that's generally, a move that's almost 100%. The distance of this little microwave. Okay? So, for example, I don't want you to look for a short and see, this, and you short. Because it could still do that. What I want you to look for, and I'll change colors now, again, to contrast. I want you to look for up, down, up, down, up. Holy smokes. Clearly, somebody else was looking at this level, and that's what you want. You want someone else. In fact, you want like central banks and Goldman Sachs. You want Goldman Sachs to be shorting there, right? And you were already waiting. And it could have been several hours you were waiting, but that was your resistance level, okay? You get your level of respect, and now what you do is you sell a retracement of this. So let me change colors again. And now you're going to look for no, we did magenta. Red is a little confusing. Go back to cayenne. Now we'll do green. All right. So now what you want to do is lower high, sell. Okay? That's what I want you to do inside that green circle. That's your only trigger. Do that 100 times. So not the first touch, after the clear respect, the next pullback. And that could be on a 1-minute chart. It could be a 1-minute chart or a 5-minute chart, you choose. Okay, then that's fine by me. And what would your stop be? Well, what was your trade plan? Are you a scalper? Are you a spot? Are you a swing? Because I'll tell you what, I tend to do the exact same thing even if I'm going to be in a swing trade for 4 days. Okay? But my entry is going to be the same. Why would I enter differently? Now, my stop might be different because my timing could be off. because, I'm trading let's say a 4-hour chart and I'm trying to time it with a 1-hour Stokes cycle, and, and I'm trading a 5-minute chart. I could be off for 8 or 9 hours because I caught the wrong cycle, right? So maybe I shorted and it didn't quite fall, and I got to wait another 8 to 12 hours before it gets overbought again, and then finally falls. And I got to suffer through that pullback. But I'm a swing trader, so I could have a 150 pip stop. But if I'm a scalper, I might have a 15 pip stop. Because if I'm swing trading, I'm upset if I don't make 300 pips. But if I'm scalping, I'm upset if I don't make 45 pips. All right, so good. Oscar says you get 80% break evens on this trade. Okay? Now, you need to continue to follow this. I'm glad you get 80%. First of all, you're not losing money. But we don't know if you're any good. So there's one of two possibilities. Your entry is piss poor, pardon my French, and you were smart to move your stops because you were about to lose money 80% of the time. Do you agree that could potentially be a problem? Now, I'm sure you feel it's not, but it could. But we don't know, do we? The second thing that it could be is mismanagement of your stop. You mismanage your trades. No, I'm not saying you don't profit. I'm just saying you told me 80% of your trades are break even. Well, how do I know if they're horrible trades or awesome trades? Do you know? So you need to figure that out. So now you go on to the next stage. Great. Here's what I want you to do, Oscar. All right, this is just between me and Oscar. Everyone turn their sound off. All right, it's just us, buddy. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to open up, an MT4 account, a demo account. You go to tradersway.com. And I want you to, every time you place a trade, I want you to enter an OCO. Now, what type of trading do you typically do? Meaning, where is your stop normally pip-wise? Where is your limit order normally pip-wise? What are you, a 50-50, 100-100, 15-25? What's your typical trade? How far is your stop? I do OCO stop 20 to 30, okay. Target. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Every time you place a trade, enter one on your demo account at tradersway.com. Enter in a 33 pip stop and a 66 pip limit. Every single time, pull the trigger and don't touch it. No matter what happens. Now, you can do whatever you want with your live account, but we need to figure out your problem, okay? And this is why I'm here, guys. I want to figure out your problem, I want to fix it, and I want you to be fabulously successful, and I want you to say, Wayne helped me become fabulously successful. Whether you do this or not, I don't know. I can't help you there. But I know this will help. So I want you to do the 3366 OCO, pull the trigger, and you're not allowed to manage the trade at all, because I don't know if that's your problem or not. And after 100 times, I want you to look at the percentage of wins versus percentage of losses. If the majority of your trades are losses, your trades are your problem. And your stop management is a strength, because you notice 80% of the time your plan failed and you're lucky to get out at break even. And good job. Okay? Very, very good job. If the vast majority of your trades are winners, then we know your stop management, your risk management is the issue, right? Your management of the trades is your issue. You're moving your stop too quickly, and you're cutting yourself out of fabulous trades. Okay, Oscar? Okay, so I want you to do this 100 times, and I want the trades to be serious. Okay? How many trades do you make per day? Okay, so yeah. All right, so that's, I want you to do, all right, well then do 200 times. And report back in 2 months, as soon as you have 200. Yeah, 10's a lot. You know, five a day, so that takes a whole month. I guess we could try that. The only problem is all that tells you is how you performed in one particular market condition. But I guess we're rolling into summer anyway, so the next 200 day or 200 trades would be about the same market. So, okay, let's do 100, and that'll take you approximately 1 month. Okay? And I want you to report back, and I want to know the exact percentage of your win ratio, your win-to-loss ratio, okay? Will you do that for me? No, will you do that for you? Well, Oscar, what we want to do next is make the proper adjustment. So I can't help you unless I know what your problem is. You don't know what your problem is. So let's identify your problem, and then I will help you fix it. I typically charge $5,000 for this service, but why don't we just do this now? Okay? Cool. Thank you, Oscar. Next, what else can I help you with? My pleasure, Oscar. Thank you for your loyalty. So, we had a time frame issue. Who had the, oh, my brain. I don't sleep enough. It was Johnny, right? Johnny, you had a question about time frames? Oh, which indicator? I have a million indicators, dude. Yeah, Johnny, what was can you please restate it? Help the old man out. Okay, the high and low, that's something I have in this one. It might have been something I had programmed. This 4-session one is just telling me, it's just drawing these blue colors, and it says New York 96. So the New York session, in the time frame that I measure it, moved 96 points. The London session, which really is only London morning, moved 84.7 pips. And then I have Tokyo and New Zealand and stuff. So they're really just the first half of each of these trading days. That's 4 sessions. But the other stuff I think I had custom programmed, but I can't remember. I'm too old. I'm too old. I don't know. It's MT4, man. You can do whatever you want. All right. I'm sorry. I don't remember, but I've had similar indicators years and years ago programmed for me. Like the Dealbook 360, I had something called Fibbits. This is a version of Fibbits, if you guys want to know. So what are the most important things that I want to know at a glance, even if I'm on a 5-minute chart? I want to know yesterday's low, and I want to know yesterday's high. Okay? So that was yesterday. See? Boom. Why do I care? Okay? Well, for example, we ended the day low. So if you were using pivot points, what would you do? The central pivot point would drop, right? Okay. So if you're now a bear because you've made a lower low, WWW, what would Wayne do? Sell off the fib levels. Here's a 618 Fibonacci retracement. What? Look. How precise is that, guys? That's the 618 Fibonacci retracement of yesterday's trading range. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. Shalaka-laka. Shalaka-laka. Yeah, I've been doing that for 1,000 years. $618 Fibonacci retracement. Kind of want to know that very quickly, right? By the way, do you still have sound? Yeah, okay. Every once in a while, I get this USB thing goes, boom, on. I don't know if my headset's unplugged or something. Okay. Which retracement? I don't know. You got to be there, man. So let's take a look. Where's my trade zone? Okay, my trade zone is 618, 50%, 382. That's where I'm going to sell. Easy. Somewhere in there, I don't really care. You got it? That's the 1 hour, so. All right, so you want to see the 5-minute chart. All right, well, it's the same thing. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Where do you want to sell, yo? Still, it's just, right? It's the same trade. See, fractal geometry, right? All information is in every pixel, per se. So every chart only contains 2 pieces of information, time and price. So what's the value of the Euro USD right now? Just broke below 13. I'll change it to a weekly chart. What's the price of the Euro USD? Oh, it's still 113. Doesn't matter what time frame I'm on. What time is it right now? I can keep changing the chart. It's always the same time right now. It's just that the only thing that changes is the observable, right? Right? Only the observer changes. So you can change the periods that you're looking at, but the price and the time is always going to be the same. So it's the same chart. So you're like, oh, but that's an hourly chart. Well, so what? So there's the high, right? There's the low. Here's the fib zone. That's where you sell. I don't care. You can put it on a 10-second chart. As long as you know that's the so look at, this is the high 382. Right? And this is the low 382. Can you see that? Let me highlight in yellow. High 382, low 382. So what's the opposite of 382? 618. so low meaning if you're a bear, your 382 is this. If you're a bull, your 382 is this. Okay? But if you're a bear, there are 3 places I love to trade. 382. Sorry about that. 618. Nah. Let me do this again. Let's clean this up. If I'm a bear, and that was the high yesterday, this was the low yesterday, so I want to sell a retracement. There are 3 places I would like to sell. The 382, the 50%, or the 618. I don't really care where. All it changes is my expectation of the outcome. Yeah, so someone said, very often that happens in Asia, right? I did a video, and there's been like 1,000 presentations I've done at FX Street. I've covered it a million times. I've spoken in public. I've made videos. I've written magazine articles. I've shared with the whole world that strategy 150 million times. And I'll do it again. I'm happy to. It's called the Asia Fade. Okay, it's called the Asia Fade. And that's all you do. Asia fades up. right? Just slowly works its way up, and then boom, the London boys take it down. Well, in this case, it happened a little earlier, but whatever. Yeah, it's well before you, because I can see that here, right? So yes, so you caught it on the Tokyo Open or the Shanghai Open, right? Good for you. Oh, well, this is 3 a.m. New York. This is about 3 a.m. I set this up at 2 a.m. Typically, this is my morning. I wake up at 2 o'clock because I'm a stud. Okay. So let's do the time frame. So the higher time frames and the lower time frames, I trade them the exact same. Doesn't matter. I don't tend to trade weekly. Okay. I don't tend to trade weekly or monthly because the fundamentals are no longer valid at that level. Right? That's QE out of the ECB. It has nothing to do with technical analysis. And the world might be different down here than it was up here. It doesn't have to trade technically. Now, you'll see that previous levels of support and resistance are important and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to make strategic decisions on past performance. What do I say every day? Past performance does not predict future results. I'll tell you why. Let me give you another example. This started QE, and what if we do this the ECB says no more QE? Well, it's a whole different world now. I mean, I don't care about your technical analysis. It's a whole different world. What if this does this? And you say, oh, wait, because it was a 3A2. Well, we can argue all kinds of things. You could argue that it was this. You could argue it was that. You could argue it was a fib. But maybe it just happened to be Greece being kicked out of the Eurozone. Which one do you think it is? Do you think the market actually sold off the euro again because of the Fibonacci retracement, or the fact that Greece got kicked out of the Eurozone? I think it would have been the Grexit. And then you go back and you say, well, see, that was the thing. Dude, seriously? That's called confirmation bias, right? Yeah, changing your sleeping habits and stuff. But you know what? I love, I love how people feel sorry for themselves. And I'm not saying that's you, but so many people do that. Oh, it's so hard at work. I worked such hard hours. Really? You should be a farmer, or you should work in a restaurant. So I'll give you another example. Back when I lived in San Francisco, single man. I worked 20 hours a day, not a problem. And eating and sleeping was just like a burden that I hated it. I hated stopping for food. It just seemed like a weakness. And I'm still like that. Like, I'll sit at my desk until my face goes numb. And then I'm like, oh my God, I haven't eaten in 12 hours. And I stand up and I'm so weak, I almost fall over. Like, no joke. So anyways, what I used to do is I'd go to this restaurant just next to the building. And every single day I ate at the same restaurant and I ate the exact same food. I would just sit down. They would bring me the food. That's my routine, right? And I'd just bring work with me and I'd just work at the table. Food would show up, blah, blah, blah. And I'd throw down money and I'd leave. That's it, right? Thank you, Igor. right? And so I loved my work, and I still do, as you can tell. But I saw that guy, and over the years, because I did this over a period of years, I did this exact same thing. Um, over the course of years, I got to know the old man that owned the place, and he said, well, he would get up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he'd prepare. Then he'd go out and get all the vegetables and stuff like that. You'd have to go to the market. You'd had to get all the fresh vegetables and all that kind of stuff. And then by 5 o'clock, he's opening up the restaurant and getting the kitchen prepared and so on and so forth, right? And his day would go on and on and on. And he would work till usually like 10 o'clock at night, and then they got to clean up the kitchen. So he would go to bed at, he'd get home at 11 o'clock in the morning, but then he'd wake up at like 3. And if it wasn't 3, it was 4. Let's say 4. Okay? And so, he'd sleep 5 hours a day, and the rest of the time, he was in the restaurant. And his day off meant that, on Sunday they opened at noon and closed at maybe they weren't even. I don't think they were open Sunday. So anyways, so he got one day off a week, and the rest of the time he worked 5. He worked the whole thing, right? 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. Guy never took vacation. I don't think he made $1 billion. I don't think he was glorified on TV. I don't think he had mobs of fans. There was no glory. I don't think he got benefits and, a retirement account and stuff like that. I think he just worked like a dirty dog every single day for the rest of his life with really nothing else coming up around the corner. He owned the restaurant, and that was his entire life. And so for people that complain like, oh, I have a tough job, the boss is making me work on a Saturday for 4 hours, like shut your mouth. That's not a tough job, you wimp. Right? How about that? How about become a farmer? That's 7 days a week. And it's brutal and it's tough, and you gotta work all day, up before the sun, going to bed after the sun goes down. No glory, and what? And then your crops burn in the scorching heat because it doesn't rain for 45 days in a row, and your whole work was for nothing. And then there's the things like digging holes and planting, fence posts in it, and you only have to do 10,000 of them. Have you ever done that out in the prairies? Dug a hole and planted a fence post? Have you ever sat in the prairie sun with the dust blowing in your face, cutting rebar for 8 hours? That's a tough job. So anyways, so when it comes to Forex, don't complain, man. Love it. When you complain, you're telling yourself you don't want to be a success. And your brain, your subconscious listens to it. You should wake up and say, I love the fact I can do this 20 hours a day. I love it. It's fantastic, and it's not hard. I sit in a leather chair for 20 hours a day. So what? Better than digging holes in Saskatchewan. Because then you'd be begging. Man, if I could sit down in an air-conditioned office 20 hours a day, right? Make $100,000 a month. That'd be great. Right? Yeah, so you know what? They'll get used to it, right, Timmy? They'll get used to it. Yeah, it's a farm that doesn't have the pigs don't get it. Yeah, the pigs don't get it. The bulls don't understand, and try to put a bear in a pen. Yeah, I know. I love it. The fam, but it's the farm. I like it. The farm sounds better. All right, cool. So the time frame issue here is you start on like a 4 hour and you make a decision. Okay. What's the decision? Are you at support or resistance? Here's what we talked about yesterday. I gave two reasons why this was going to be hardcore resistance. A cluster of weekly and monthly pivot points. Oh, snap. You get it? Weekly and monthly pivot point cluster right there. Could be a resistance, don't you think? You're like, okay, Wayne, that was euro dollar. All right, let's go to pound dollar. Because it's even better. Boo, 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 boo. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. I know I've already done it, but let's try to find it. Wasn't that one? Beep. Maybe it was this one. Beep. Aha! There she be. Arr, there she be. All right. And there is a lot going on here. Monthly R1. Okay, good. There's so much going on here, I have to outline it. Monthly M4, that is a reversal pivot. This red zone is the monthly reversal zone. We knew this on June 1st. Where were you, dude? June 1st, this red area was the predicted top for the month of June. So yesterday, okay, and then check this out. I believe that's a monthly pivot, or I mean a weekly pivot, and we had like overlapping clusters, and the Euro USD was doing the same thing, so on and so forth. Could be resistance. So what's your strategy? Sell at resistance with a reversal pattern. So you're basically a bear because you can't buy. That's what that's up there for. You can no longer buy. Why would you buy at resistance? You get it? Right? Only an options trader that used to be a Forex trader traded that long, right? I used to be a Forex trader. It was such a tough gig. But I find options so much better. Yeah. So anyways, so what do you look for? Well, your resistance, okay, your resistance is fine. So your strategy is look to be a bear only because you can't be a bull. So you're either out, like you're neutral, right? You're either neutral or you're looking for a bear. So what did we discuss the other day? Was it Igor? What was? I think it was Igor. I said, look for resistance a blind man can see. And you know what? There's such similar colors, but I think there's another pivot in there, but whatever. Okay, so you get up here, and I said, look for a reversal pattern. Lower low, lower high, you could sell that, but let's say you missed it. Lower low, lower high, you could sell that. Okay? Lower low. Now what? We've run out of lower lows and lower highs. Now what you could do is you can change from a 15-minute chart to an hourly chart. So you're not going to see all these waves. On an hourly chart, you're only going to see like 12 red candles off of our resistance zone after a 15-minute breakout. So you would be measuring this area. Okay? So now, on the higher time frame, you wait for this same pattern. Breakout, retracement, sell. And you're just fibbing again. Somewhere between, just happens, right? So somewhere between what? It looks like about a 50% to a 618. And all you're doing is selling the old support became resistance. Well, and you're just measuring from the bottom of the yellow to the top of the yellow. Actually, it's up here, isn't it? We just can't see it. You get it? So it's up, 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 consolidate, 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 drop, pull back, sell. Now, if you didn't have resistance a blind man can see, not going to be good. Okay, because then there's plenty of reason why this could go up. If you were going to long it, let's say you were not on the clue train, and that's okay, because you have every right to long it, as long as you were a bull, okay? So you take this out, right? This used to be support, or resistance, so in the future it should be support. And so you would have longed here, which is absolutely fine. You would have had an opportunity to make some money and even jam your stop, because your stop would have been down here, right? Then it makes a big move, lower low, starts to move up. You move your stop here below the central pivot, and that's where you get knocked out, basically break even plus 10 or something, right? And it just didn't work out for you. And that's what happened. You got caught in the Asia fade. What's the best time of day to trade? You know, pre-London, which is, you know, this is the London Open. This is pre-London. So anywhere in here is fair game. And where's probably the worst time to trade? Probably in this area. New York close. This is Auckland Open. And then here's Tokyo Open. This area here is usually pretty lame-o, unless you got specific things on the calendar. Like Aussie Jobs Report, great one. And so you want to trade the Tokyo Open for that. I also like to scalp the Shanghai Open, but whatever. Igor says you don't look at Stokes now. Yeah, you can do it. Anything you want. So you'd sell here. Okay, that's it. That's all there was today. Right? So you say, well, you know, I missed that. All right, well, you did see that it fell. Maybe you didn't have a second opportunity. So if you were a bear, what would you do? Sell the next cycle. So here's the 15-minute turn. Wait for it. Here's the next turn. You sell that one. So now you got the confirmed lower high, lower low going on. And then you're like, well, Wayne, I missed that one. I couldn't get in. All right, so then what you do is you take the previous low, and it's going to be the next high. Oh, so now you're short there. Oh, but Wayne, I missed that one. Okay. So it came up, right? Made a lower low. This is your new resistance zone here. It was a tough gig today. So, you know, it went higher than you would have liked, but it didn't make a higher high. So then it made a new lower low. You would have done the same. Maybe sold here. Or not sold here, but I think you know what I mean. But anyways, we consolidated most of the time, and yeah, it's just a lame day. London was basically lame today, right? Well, it's easy, Igor, if you make a decision and stick with it. It gets complicated when you swing both ways like a broken gate. So if I'm a bull, show me all the places I could buy. Okay? Let's say today I'm a bull, and I would have bought maybe here. Okay? And what? Break even? Okay? What? Right? There's no other opportunity to buy. Oh, well, maybe there's something here, right? Where's the support a blind man can see? Is it a psych level? No. Is it a fib level? No. Huh. Seems like pretty desperate to want to buy it, especially in a series of basically, you know, after this low, right? See, like after this low, you're a degenerate gambler if you're going to buy it. But you can buy it if you get a reversal pattern at support. But if we're below that, the market's bearish. I don't care what your argument is. Okay? But you could buy if you're a bull. You just have to have unbelievable support, like reversal pivot zone or psychological level or both would be the very typical scenario, right? So maybe this fib level, maybe this midpoint psych level. No, midpoint psych level. So this would be a bullish 618 Fibonacci retracement off of a midpoint psych level. Time of day isn't good, but it ain't bad. So maybe you take it. Okay? How much money did you lose? Probably nothing. Okay? At least you bought at a reasonable place, not a great place. So that's why you probably lost nothing. But there's like almost no opportunity when you're wrong. You see that? Now, I'll bet you anything, because that's our job, right? If you were down here at the London Open and you were a bull, your bullish trade plan would have been a lot more successful. Okay? If your argument was you want to buy off this zone, good. You just never really got too much price action. So let's zoom in here. Okay? If that's your plan, then you need to be in it now, off of that old area. First thing you wanted to see was a higher high. Did we get a higher high? Yeah, just now. Okay? So now what do? Up, retrace, gone, stop. Right? Retrace, gone, move your stop. From a small potential loss to a small potential win. Okay? You could enter here for a long. You could add if you wanted long there. You got it? As long as you're a bull, don't chase it. Like now, if you're like, oh, well, now it's green. Dude, if you're a bull, maybe, right? And ideally, you already had this marked up as support. See, one of the major reasons traders fail is they don't have a plan. Like they were not waiting for that. So what I'm trying to teach people is if you're not waiting, you're not trading properly. I should be able to say, hey, so what are you waiting for? Oh, well, let me tell you, I'm waiting for this blah, 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 blah setup. Oh, great. Well, how long do you think that's going to take? Well, because of the oscillators and stuff, I think it'll be, another hour or so. Okay. Sounds good to me. Capiche? Yeah. So you guys having a good time? Everybody happy? Maybe even taking notes and all that kind of stuff? I'm trying to give you everything I possibly can in our short 75-minute webinar together. We only have this 75 minutes every once a week, so I'm trying to make the best of it. I'd like to be Forex Person of the Year at FX Street, so I want to make sure you're learning. Here we go.
This is a 24-hour live broadcast test channel from the Trade the Move Broadcast Network. If you are hearing this message, your sound card and network configuration are working properly, and you are now ready to listen to...
Expected 0.3% and 2.1%. So Canada retail sales for April expected 0.7% month-on-month. Ex-auto is expected 0.3%.
Remember, news can kill this in a second.
Get the Canada CPI and retail sales data in just a few seconds.
Yee-hoo!
CPI 0.6% is 1/10 higher than expected. Year-over-year at 0.9% is also 1/10 higher than expected. Core at 0.4% and 2.2% also 1/10 higher than expected for both. Retail sales at minus 0.1% is 0.8 lower than expected for Canada. The back month revised up 0.2 to 0.9%. Ex-autos at minus 0.6% also lower than expected.
Okay, mixed bag there. Slightly better CPI, miss on the on retail sales. So, as you can probably imagine, I'm watching USD CAD, and it's up-down turnaround. Doesn't seem like it's reversed. Looks like people just bought the dip. It is on a 4-hour sell zone, however. Yeah, so there's a battle there that I don't want to get involved in. Well, then, if it's conflicting news, you just simply trade. Oh, I have to adjust for the spike. I didn't do that very well. You just trade what you wanted to do anyways. So I think some people want to buy the 2250, and other people want to sell the 23. So I think they're going to do whatever they wanted to do anyways if you're trading USD CAD. So I would probably, sell the 23. If you're watching USD CAD. US dollar, yeah, it's at some pretty significant resistance. So if the dollar's going to be weak for a while, you should be long the pig. Oh, we're long the pig. Why be long the pig? Because if this was an hourly chart, as you already know, that's support. Well, you'd short the USD yen. Like I said, I think I might short USD CAD a little bit later if this one works out. But the pound is the strongest one right now, right? I mean, adjust. So if you're a bear, where would you sell? I mean, you should always be on the next trade, right? Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Right? I said long as a pig here. Boy, oh boy, guys. Here you're a pig. Because the reversal pivot zone. I said you couldn't be a bull, so therefore you're either neutral or bearish. But what if you're a bull? Well, what do bulls do? If you're a bull on the British pound USD pair, what do? Buy what? Buy at support. Good. So you answer one question. Where's the next level of support? Right? I drew it yesterday. Okay? We have one there, and we have this one. You can do it like that. Oscillator's already diverging, but you don't need me to put you in the trade. Come on. I'm here to teach you to think for yourself. If you're listening to me trying to, like, Wayne put me in a trade, you just lost my respect. If you want me to put you in a trade, then what's the whole point of this? I'm trying to teach you, right? Yeah, no, I'm trying to teach you. I mean, if you're a bull, there was tons of reasons why you should be watching that. And the next thing is, you should be preparing to do something. So Igor says, we just missed it, right? No. What do bulls do? You keep buying dips over and over and over again until you get to resistance. So if you didn't get the first one, get the next one. But here's the thing. You're not a bear. Where people mess up is that they're always chasing. Oh, I guess it's going up, and then they buy, and then it falls. And then they're like, oh, I guess it's falling, so they sell, and then it moves up. Just pick a team. Oh, great. I got a private message. I must have missed the public one. What is a pig? All right. If you're a bull, what happens? You buy. You're a buyer. If you're a bear, what happens? You sell. If you're a pig, what happens? You get slaughtered. No, it's not the same as, you asking, me, do you want a Ferrari or all that. I mean, it's funny, but here's what it is. I'll tell you what to do. You give me a Ferrari. Because I've done all the work. I've looked at the fundamentals to have a fundamental bias. Right? I've been a bull on the British pound for months and months, even when it was falling. Anyone will tell you that hangs with me every single day. See, I do these sessions every single day, guys, for free. Just open an account at tradersway.com. Free. Boom. Thank you. So I've done the work. I've reviewed the fundamentals. I watch the Carney speeches. I read the meeting minutes. I deserve it. Okay? Second of all, I look at the long-term technicals. Okay? And then third, it shouldn't be difficult. Once you've done the long-term technicals and you've looked at the fundamentals and you have a bias, the rest is easy, guys. Because look, where's the next support? I mean, that's all you do all day. That's what I'm telling you. We do this 20 hours a day. What's holding you back is you're chasing price all over the place. If you just said, I'm a bull on the British pound, US dollar, I'm going to buy at support. Good. Where's support? That's all you're doing over and over and over again. Where's support? Well, this is support. Where's support? This is support. Great. New higher high, where's support? This is support. New higher high, where's support? This is support. New higher high, where's support? This is support. Oh, lower high, where's the lower support? Well, and just over and over and over again. Now, this tells me we're going to stay ranged. We're not likely to make a higher high today. We could, but right now we're basically just rangy. And this could fail and just come down, but we already know that. That's why you manage your trade and you adjust your expectations. So are we trending up? Yes. Has the trend slowed down? Yes. We're kicking off to 55. We'll probably come up here and then end the day back in the range. But I already know that. That's what the technical analysis says. The technical analysis is easy. It seems complicated when you haven't made a decision and you're waiting for some, I don't know, magical thing to tell you what to do. And then you can't find it, then you want some magical person. Well, you know what? There's no magic with me. I just make a decision. Now, I might do a lot more research and I have a lot more experience. Okay, that's cool. But your job is to say, I'm a bull or I'm a bear. That's your job. And I honestly don't care how you come about doing that. I could totally disagree with you. We'll both make money because we both have a bias. Do you understand that point? Because if you are a bull and I'm a bear, we might disagree fundamentally. We might disagree technically. But you're going to sell at resistance and make money. I'm going to buy at support and probably not lose money, but probably still make some money. Now, one of us will make more because we'll be correct on the trend, but we'll probably both drive Ferraris, if you will, to extend the metaphor that someone shared with us. Just make a decision. The rest is easy, right? So like Oscar said, well, you know, how do you enter a trade? Well, are you a bull or a bear? I'm a bear. Sell at resistance. I don't care what you use to pull the trigger. I honestly don't care. It doesn't matter. You'll probably be fine if you're right. If you're wrong, you're probably wrong and you'll lose some money. Pulling the trigger is just, you know, finesse. But I don't care if you use Elliott wave analysis. I don't care if you use moving averages. I don't care if you use fibs. I don't care if you use an ADX, MACD, stochastics, RSI. I don't care. None of it is relevant. They're just ways to add some finesse. If you have not made a decision technically or fundamentally, just like, what's your long-term outlook for the Euro USD? I don't know. All right, you're not going to trade successfully. That's how I feel. What's your long-term outlook on the Aussie dollar? I don't have one. Okay, you're going to fail. Are you a bull or bear? I don't really know. You're going to fail. I think you should make a decision, and I'm going to tell you what to do that will make you a success. There is 97 people in the room. One person will likely do this, maybe two. The other 95 are just going to say, Wayne, that's a fantastic idea, and then not do it and go on with their life. But I'm going to tell you what to do here. I want you to look at every currency pair that you like to trade. Just keep it simple. Let's say dollar pairs only. How about that? Look at Aussie dollar, look at USD CAD, look at Euro dollar, pound dollar, USD yen. Maybe stay away from Swissy. Fine. Okay? Open up longer term charts like a daily chart. Could be a 4-hour chart. Fine. Look at it, make a decision. Are you a bull or a bear? Thank you, moderator. Right? Are you a bull or a bear? Then take out a piece of paper, maybe even print out the chart that you looked at. So you're looking at a daily chart, print it out, use the technical analysis, any technical indicator you like. Make a decision. Print out the chart and then write on it with a stinky felt tip marker, big fatty. The stinkier the better. And write it down on, right? Write it down on a piece of paper, on the chart now. Buy, if you're a bull, or sell, if you're a bear. Do that for 5 pairs, and then put them on the wall so that you see them every day. Every time you walk into the room, you see it. Every time you look at it. Like, yep, I'm a bear. Yep, I'm bull. And that's that. You're not allowed to do anything else. If you do these things, you will come back to me and say, Wayne, there is no doubt in my mind that you made me at least 1,000 pips this year. Thank you very much. And I'll say, you're welcome. Who's on board? Okay, I want you to do this. I want you to document it, and I want you to be able to shout from windows that I helped you make at least 1,000 pips, and you could tell FX Street without a problem. I know that by attending these sessions with Wayne McDonell, I made at least 1,000 more pips this year, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000. Thank you, FX Street. Okay? I want you to be proud and hang those pips up for all to see. All right? And then I want you to feel like you earned it and you deserve it and that you have confidence in your trading, and then because then you'll continue to be a success in Forex for the rest of your life. Your bias will change when it technically changes, Igor. Okay? So thank you for attending. It's really good to see 97 people in the room. These sessions have been very popular as of late. Very good. I'm very happy. Again, the only reason I'm doing this is I want you to be a success. I have nothing to sell you. There's no service. There's no DVD. Traders Way would like to earn, your loyalty. Since I'm their chief FX market strategist, maybe, just maybe, you'll use them as your ECN. Other than that, that's it. We love you. We want to take care of you. And thank you to FX Street for being a fabulous, fabulous resource for currency traders around the world.